All right, it looks like I'm live. I'm going to go over to YouTube so I can see things the way you guys see things. Oh, here we go. Just waiting for it to come up in YouTube. Hey, Patty Ann, how's it going? Happy Fri-Yay. Hope you're doing good. Okay. Oof. Scooch up a little bit. And here we are. It is Fri-Yay. It is Serial Killer Day. I can't take this down a tiny little bit. Hey, Janie, how you doing? Hope you had a good week. All right. So, just going to do a flip through and figure out maybe what we want to do tonight. Washing the dishes? All right. Well, hopefully we can keep you company. Okay. There's that one. And then I liked this with it. Yes, I did get the box. I showed it on camera. I've even harvested from it. It was a magnificent pile of stuff, Janie. So much amazing fun stuff in there. As a matter of fact, the first magazine we harvested, I kept almost all of it. I've been having fun with it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought you had been in and I had let you know. It was made of awesome. Cool. Okay, so I think we were working on this kind of last time. So, these are some of our victims that we've taken to our little home base kind of thing. So we worked on this double-sided pocket, which I haven't decided what I'm putting in this side yet. But we did these little cards. And we left a little space on each one for some souvenirs, which I haven't decided on yet. Yeah, you guys are always so busy. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4 cards for this pocket, and then something will go on the other side. And of course, we will add in our little souvenir bits as soon as I, figure out what I'd like to add in there. But it's a puffy pocket now. But yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amazingly fun stuff. Oh yeah, I think we're going to use some of these. we're actually got quite a bit done. I did put a little more paint in here, make it more circular. I'm still not completely in love with it, but I do have some fibers that I think I want to add to here. Okay, Janie, you get some good relaxation. You guys work so hard. You absolutely should get some rest. It was good seeing you. I hope you have a magnificent Easter weekend, lovely lady. Okay, I was trying to decide if I wanted to put this on here. And I think I'm kind of leaning towards putting it on there. I think I'll ink it and put it on. Okay, so the question is, I had the ink pad was on top of some stuff that was over here. Hold on. Oh, please. Oh. There it is. Got it. You know, Alice never did tell me when she was going to have her sale. She was taking a nap when I was out there earlier, so I have no idea when her sale is going to be. Today is the 7th. It's supposed to be today. I'm guessing she must have not been feeling well and decided to give it a little bit of a wait. Or she didn't want to do it on Easter weekend. That could be a thing. A lot of people might have other things to do. So let's get a little glue on here. I just don't like those eyeballs up the side there, the little ones. So I had decided that we might fill it with this word instead of, and I do think I like that better. We also have a little bit over here we need to trim, I think. Yeah, we do. Let me turn it around this way. It might be easier. There we go. It's just a smidge over the top. Oh, that's okay. I don't think that many people are going to come in tonight. It's Easter weekend, you know. People have plans and stuff. And I didn't get the notification in ahead of time. So, oh my gosh. I have had kind of a tired day. I'm feeling a little run down, but happy nonetheless. We need to put some more stuff in on the prongs too. Oh, cool. I haven't seen any of that one. How's it going? I like that they do put them on live now so you can see. Okay, so what do we want to do? I think I ran off of that. Hold on. So we do have our faces. And I actually do think there's another layer to peel off here. but I'm not going to attempt it because I was having so much trouble. And I kind of like it the way it is. So I think we'll go ahead and give these their wash tonight. I was going to put a little, just a super, super light coat of paint over some of it to give it a little tint of color. I need something that I put over here again. So I don't make a mess on my, a bigger mess, I should say, on my scoreboard than I already have. I'm going to grab a paper towel. And a little paintbrushy thing. And just a little bit of paint. I think we'll go with this. Hey, Carla. Oh, okay. The True Crime Channel. She got permission to join Zoom, so we get to watch it. Nice. Ugh. People are terrible. I mean, I think we all know that I'm not a super huge fan of kids, but that doesn't mean I want people to kill them. Now, we're definitely looking to make this super light. And if we happen to work a little bit more of that off there, all the better. Just trying to add a little bit of color so that it's not quite so, white. How was your Fri-Yay, Miss Carla? I'm sure you are happy to see the backside of the week. You gonna have a nice relaxing weekend over there in Minnesota? Are the temperatures any better? Oh, Jesus. Well, that's overkill. The Amy! Sounds like it. That's not a happy note. Seems like overkill. I don't know. I don't understand why sometimes adults get unhappy with their own life and decide everybody else needs to die. Just walk away. I do want some color in the really, really white areas. Makes you want to hug those grandbabies and your own kids a little bit tighter, doesn't it? Okay, now I'm not going to use pink on all of them. I think I want to do a little turquoise. So let's yeah, Got to 47. Well, that's better than negative temps. Oh, 68. Nice, Patty Ann. We had, I didn't even go outside today. I got to be honest with you. I'm not feeling it, I guess. Let me have a look here. Oh, looks like it might have got up to 8. I don't think it got up to the 90 that was predicted just yet. The high today was 76. Looks like by Tuesday next week, they're predicting 92. We've got 76 today, 79 tomorrow, 85 on Sunday, 89 on Monday, 92 on Tuesday, and 86 on Wednesday. So that's about normal for here. She wasn't crazy. It was a crime of passion. That's a lot of anger to stab somebody that many times. Because it's exhausting. They've done, where they've demonstrated it, people stabbing pigs, because that's kind of a close approximation to people flesh. Just the sheer act of stabbing somebody that many times would be physically exhausting. Which one? Okay, we'll do this one. I think I might have put out a little too much paint. Because we just want the barest there. Oh, shoot. See, I didn't even want that much. That's too much. Let's see if we can spray some of that off. There. That's too much color for this. Too much color. Ooh, I think we're working up a little bit more of the... Hold, please. Oh, there we go. That's more like what I'm looking for in color-wise. Do tend to want a little more color on the very white parts. We are getting a little more of the second coat rubbing away there. Okay. All right. So let me book. Hey, Maury, how you doing? Oh, I missed something Carla said. You went for your MRI today. I remember that. Got a little nap thanks to Prince Valium. There you go. So, I haven't heard anything yet. Well, you always say it's nothing major. Oof, ouchie. You guys, you're making my back hurt. That's a little more color than I wanted. Hold the phone, please. Let's see about thinning that out some. Get a little more rub away here too. Let's go ahead and get that off there. You're having flashbacks to last Friday night. I spent so long working on this. That's why it's not painted yet, because I had spent all that time working on it. But I just didn't want to. Paint it after I had spent all that time. There we go. Okay, I think I'm happy with the depth of the color on that one. Just gives it a little something, you know? Okay. So now we gotta let's smooch that out. Spray the brush a little bit. This might be a fun piece later on to do something with, you know? Okay. I think we're going to turn it over, though, while that part's drying, and we'll work on this side. Yeah, we got 2 more to paint. So I got a little more on the pink than I intended, but I'm much happier with the turquoise. The paint came out darker than I wanted, and I think the paint is too dry, too. I'll give it a little spritz and see if I can't tone that down a wee bit, but I think we may have a little bit of it's coming off. Let's see if we can't lighten that up just a smidge. Of course, we're making it worse right there. I think that's as good as we're going to get it. I'm much happier with the turquoise. I like the lighter. Looks nicer. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm still on top chat, you guys. Epic fail as a host. Oh, my fingers are pins and needles. Hey, Christine, how's it going? Thanks, Carla. Yeah, did it warm it all over your way, hon? Okay. So I think we'll do maybe an orangey color. What do you guys think about an orangey color? Let's try this distress paint one, because it's going to dry super light anyway, and I'm not even going to mess with that Bingo Dauber top. I learned my lesson about that bullshit. as my wall well bears testament to. Here we go. There's a little bit coming. I think that should be more than enough. Okay, so let's, hold on. I got to add a little water to my spritzer. My spritzer. We had rain last night. 55, that's not too bad. We were that way earlier this week. We had a 76-degree day today. They were predicting 90s, so I'll take it. I'll take it. Okay. As long as I'm filling that water bottle, let me give myself a little drink. I got to tell you guys, I love being up in the middle of the night. It is so quiet. And, you know, I'm not feeling depressed. That's not why my body just wants to be, I'm so tired. That's really where we're at. Okay. But let's get that down to much lighter. I think we're going to do this one with the orange. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Shoot. Okay. Let me get some more water in there. Let's get this to a softer color. Okay, so note to self, a little bit of this goes a very long way. Still too much. There we go. That's a little better. Let me spray on here a little bit. We might get a little bit more of the paper off there. Yep, there goes some more of it. Let's take the time, because this is the darkest one, and it was one of the hardest to work with. It did not want to, for whatever reasons, the paper didn't want to come off there. Hey, Roseanne, how you doing? Weather's been creepy nutso. Crazy nutso. Carla's living large at 47. She has faraway dreams of 80, I'm sure. I've enjoyed the extended winter here, even though it was a little cooler than I thought it was going to be this year. Because it was rather weird. The animals were... Ooh, actually, we're getting quite a bit up off here. I'm sorry, ladies. I know this isn't terribly exciting, but it will overall make the image look better for us to decide on which one we want to put in the book and which ones are going to wind up in Creepy Collagelandia. See, we're getting a whole extra layer up off of there. Very nice. Which is very good. It will still not be this clear when it dries. When it's wet, it's much clearer than what it appears. And you have to keep it damp once it starts to get, but not soaking wet. It's a fine balance. See, there we go. I've rubbed part of her eyeball away. Not being careful enough. So we'll have to be careful with the rest of this. That's as much as we're going to get off her eyeball. And you'll wind up with all the paint roly things all over the place. There's a little bit more right here. Right in there, we do want a little bit more orange. Okay. The streak in the eye look, yeah. I wasn't very happy when it started pulling up, but what can you do, really? I think we can get a little bit more off this eye, which will make it look a little better. It's not going to be that clear when it dries, though. Just be aware. Getting a little bit more off there. It's still going to have that kind of frosty paper look to it. But here comes another little bit of it. I can't really rub in this area because it's already very thin. It's a little bit like rolling the glue off your fingers. You gotta work it a little bit till it starts. To roll on its own. If we rub that eye too much more, we're going to get a streak in it. All right, now let's add our orange. Woo! And because this is ink dilutions, you know, it's the Timmy Holtz inks. It'll continue to reactivate with water. And I do want a little bit darker right in here. You can even see where the extra is, but it's not going to come off without peeling away, so oops. Okay. That's as much as we're doing right there. Let's get a little bit more color around those. There we go. All right. I think we've got it there. All right. Let's see. So this one is dry now. I'm just going to roll over it with the, get any last of the fuzzies off there. So there we go. And that's our pink one. So last one. What color should we do the last one? Just trying to wipe all the actual, I sprayed a lot on that side. Hey, Janice, how you doing? Melty faces, yeah. It's Dolly-esque. Well, I didn't know what we're going to wind up because the one I got the idea from, the pin I got the idea from, was just, you know, it had been whitewashed a little. So we have turquoise, pink, orange. I'm kind of trying to stray away from yellow. Maybe just a blue color. How about, let's just see. No, that's turquoise. I think we have a light blue in these colors somewhere. We don't have a green though. Should we do? How about the happy green from the Creepy Baby Project? Let's try that. Oh, that's going to be way too much. Let's pull some of that back up off there. Stick it back in the bottle. If we need more, we can always add more. But we have not needed much paint as of yet, so let's start with just our wet. Oh, that's orange. Okay. Let's get a new cloth. We're rubbing some orange right on there right away. Let's grab a new paper towel and let's get it wet. And then doctor prescribe a Valium. Well, of course you had to take a nap after you took a Valium. But I bet you feel a little better for having had a nap, you know? Okay, that's pretty damp. Let's spray some there. Oh, really? You know what? Right there. I'm gonna need a quick little glue stick. I am covered in bits of paper, in slightly damp bits of paper. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna run out of the room for just a second. I'll be right back. But also get a glue stick. Uh-oh. Where'd the thing I want go? Okay. Be right back, ladies. Okay, and glue stick. Let's go with this one. Okay, so we will have to let that sit for a minute because it has damp paper on top of it. We may ultimately lose it. Okay, so hey Brenda, how you doing? Yes, I have flexury. I'm charged with a boneless ham steak. Oh, that's too bad, Francis. I'm sorry. That's not helpful for aches and pains and things where you actually need some meds. Okay, so we're just, because it seems like it wants to, peeling up a little more of this paper and then add an attentive color to it. I've got a little green off to the side here. Now, once it's wet, it's going to appear to be more. Yeah, that's just going to come off there. I'm sorry. Ugh. It's not going to stay this vivid. It is definitely going to become more opaque. That's probably why I thought that it was better than it was, because it was wet when I was done. And so the images seem clearer. But there's not too much more that we can rub off on here without damaging the images quite a bit. And this one had some rough times. But I want to take more of that. It's technically a bottom coat, but more of this paper off here if we can, because that will make it a little more visible when it's dry. And I'll show the other ones that we've done in a minute. We've got 3 done. This is the last one we're doing. We're actually getting quite a bit off here. I think if you have really good patience, you can get a lot more of it off. I didn't have very good patience. I had forgotten how much time this takes to do to get a good one. And I am a fairly impatient person. Stay. I think we've got most of it off the lips there. That is good. I'll try and get a little tiny bit more off the eyes, but I think I can see it there, but I don't want to push it too hard because I can feel that it also wants to come away. There we go. Come on. Just a little bit more. Sorry, ladies. I know this isn't exciting. This is very exciting to me because that means it'll be a little bit clearer on the finished product, especially around the eyes for this one. See, that just wiped off completely right here. But I had a lot of problems with her face on this one. There's a little bit still in here that I think clear up the eye area. See, we're starting to peel right there. So that's it. That's all we're going to get. Maybe a little bit more at the top here. So I think if I'd worked on this a little bit over the course of a couple of weeks, I probably could have got it with way less white spots and a fairly good. But I don't know that I want to devote that kind of time, you know? Okay. So that's as good as that's getting right there. Let's clean it off. And delve into our green here. Give her a little bit of a green tint. Just giving it a little bit of a tint. Now we do, in the white spots, I do want it to be a little darker. Now I'm going to have to get more green paint. got a wrinkle right there in my in my towel that's setting everything off. Ooh, there. We could get that just a little bit more without making it white. That's where the eye is. And it still has a fine coating over it. But we got that white spot right there, so we have to be very careful. Oopsie, went too far there. All right, I think that's good. Let's see if we can't adjust a little bit more. Let that sit there a second while I try to. Let's get some green on the rest of this. And then tone it down a bit. Yeah, that's a good color right there. Here we go. So what's everybody having for dinner tonight? I had leftover pizza for lunch. From last night. Now, her face was super glossy. The paper came away from it easily, but also had a lot of it peel away. I think because it came away so easily, I got a little aggressive with it. And now we've got a huge. Where I really would like there to be more green and all that white. Now we're going to put more green back into the white spots, but I don't want it super green anywhere there's not white spots, you know? Okay. Let me just get this brush a little cleaner. Okay. Let's put these colors away. Okay, so she's got to dry a little bit. Here is the orange one. And what did I do with the other two? Oh, right here. That is our turquoise one and pink. Wheat ham and cheese sandwich is nice. Ham and cheese sandwiches. Yay. Homemade burger for Carla. Yum, yum. Cheeseburger for Francis. And the hubster made it. Yay. And biscuit on top. Well, hamburger seems to have won the day today. I made a big breakfast of banana at break, a froze shredded beef burrito for munch, and apple before the MRI. Just a little butter. If hubby was, and I would put brown gravy on his. There you go. All right. So we have to decide which one of these three, because it has to be one of the smaller ones. The bigger one won't fit on the page we selected. So make sure there's no just water hanging out there. So the page we selected for this is this one right here. That's our leftover eyeballs and face parts. So that would be the orange one, and obviously we'll have to trim them down just a smidge. So let's so I can see it live too. Roseanne, you had Mexican, nice. So there's the orange one. Turquoise. And then pink. Let me turn on the extra light too. And I'll go ahead and show the green one just in case. I think we would have to do some major trimming, but or we could maybe move it to the other side of the page. So what do you guys think? Which one do you guys think should go on the page? We'd actually only have to trim not as much as I thought. Or we could just glue it on there and let it hang over the edge, you know. We could paint the back a color and just let it hang over. You like the turquoise? Turquoise, okay. Everybody likes the turquoise. Oakley dokley. Let's put those others away. Out of the way here. And then I'm just going to tear, though, because we've already kind of... I think putting a straight edge on it now would be ridiculous. I am going to let it hang over the top a little bit, though. I don't have a problem with that. So I think... What do you guys think about this for the background? Do you think that's too much? Obviously, it will be smaller than that. I'm going to, you know, I'll trim it to fit a little better. It's okay if it hangs over some, but... Or we might leave it like that, actually. Let's try making this a not even edge and see. She looks like... All of them kind of look like they're up to something. I think it's the, you know, it's that looking in the eyes. That whole thing we've been going through. We just feel like as a serial killer, not as me personally. Yeah, I think I'll leave that whole thing right there. Except maybe not quite at the bottom, right? Let's make that a little shorter. We don't want too much overhang at the bottom of anything. Let's see how we like that. I think that would be okay. Peas and cereal. Yeah. Okay. So here we're going to put some glue all over the whole page and put that down. Okay. There's our background. So we'll get just a little bit of overhang here. Not too bad. And then it'll hang over a little bit at the top. Lemon juice and olive oil. Oops. This is kind of thick because it's backed. So I'm going to put quite a bit of glue on here. Want to make sure that stays down. Oh, phooey. You know what I didn't do? Let me see if I can get the edges inked real quick. Shoot. I'm a little disappointed. Because I did want a big inky edge on this. Okay. I think that'll do. And I think we're still good for the glue. Let's see. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Brenda thinks it looks, yeah, it does a little bit, right? With the, that one where you got the streak. 7 stones from turkey acorn size, and the smallest was black olive. Good Lord. But that's what I saw for a liver detox. You might try it Sunday if you have a slab of salmon. Woof. That's, wow, Carla. That sounds very unpleasant, to say the very least. You know what? It actually goes with the turquoise and the rocks over here. I think we're going to add a couple of small pictures here. And maybe some words writing over here. Because I like this. And we can pretend it's secluded enough that we murdered somebody there. So. Now that definitely still needs something though, don't you think? I think it still needs something. Not sure what yet though. I feel that way about a lot of pages at the moment. I think it's the kind of thing you could fuss over forever, though. She's getting the abalone shell when we're done, because it's going to muck up the whole book if we do it right now. It'll be a big bump in the, make it harder to work on. Now, I do like this. And I think I want to put this so that there's a little, except for on the side here, a little, even on the bottom, just a little tiny bit of a border. That will make her, of course, very lumpy. So we may have to back her to get it mounted right, because this is super, super thin paper. We may want to There were die shots. I was tempted to try it. I kept forgetting to get the lemons and the cayenne pepper. And I would need a water chaser. Yep, there you go, Jan. Jan's like, just push him into the ravine. Just push him in. Flash flooding will take care of the rest. Roseanne had hers removed. Yeah, I don't think it was. I wouldn't think so. Okay, so we're going to mount that picture on something. But we're going to cut this right along here. So that's where I want to cut that. Okay. Okay. Let's move that aside. It's a little smaller than I wanted, but it'll do. We can always work it a little bit to get it where we want it once it's... Oof. Okay. So we need Fabric, which is over at the door. Hold on. I'm going to go grab it. It's hanging on the door. Man, I got just stuff all over me. Ow. Okay. I'm going to get a drink of water before I engage in this endeavor. Ooh, Carla. That sounds even less fun. Okay. I think my Fabri-Tac is getting very old. Hold the phone, please. I gotta get my pokey tool. Okay. Oh, yeah. There's stuff gunked up in there. This is probably not going to end well. Oh, there's like a whole big wool. I wonder it doesn't want to come out of there. Okay. Well, at some point something dried in here. So there's little bits of that's mostly just glue that's really sticky. We'll definitely try and get the hard bits off though. There is a, you can feel it, there's a bit at the top that's narrowing the nozzle down, which is probably what's making it so hard to. Yep, there is. There's a little hard bit up in there that is partially blocking the. And it does not want to come out. Hold, please. Good grief. I'm destroying this pokey tool. Okay, I fear the simple truth may be that I need new Fabri-Tac, and I can't place this right now. But I think we solved part of the problem. Hold the moment now. I've got Fabri-Tac all over my fingers. It's not attractive. Gross. Okay. Let's see if I think that's not going to work for anything, but we can try and smush it on there. It does smell gross. I think by the time we get anything going with this, it's going to have dried into something kind of gooey. Hold on. Still have. All right. I don't know about this. I'm going to have to vacuum in here after this live. Not because of the glue, because of all the paper off the. do with. A lot of people are like that, Roseanne. Oh, come on. Seriously? I'm about to give up and just use some regular glue. Just lots of it. Because this is going to... Seriously? Ermagerd. Okay. Nope, it's just stuck up in there again. Okay, I think this is... We're just going to... We're going to do something really gross. And not fun. I am not enjoying this for one moment. I'm violating my glue. Come on, come out of there more. It just went up into there again and is refusing to come out. Well, bet you never seen this on live before. There are crafters everywhere clutching their pearls. And on top of it, this may not even work. And I might be running my pokey tool. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to need way more glue than that, but let's try and get some of this stuff down. Mm-hmm. Yep, you saw it live here. Gross stuff. Okay. Ew. Note to self, maybe don't buy big bottles, buy smaller ones. Sorry, Janice. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get it off my pokey tool more than I'm trying to get it off me at the moment. Mostly it just rolls off my skin. But I think it will be stuck on my pokey tool forever if I don't get it off there. It'll be like cement. Sorry you had to witness that, ladies. All right, now I'm going to work on getting it off my fingers here for a second. Yes.
Okay.
What?
I heard you say something about sorry you had to witness that, ladies. I was like, is you okay?
Well, I will tell you this. Would you mind washing this off? That Fabri-Tac is so thick, it won't come out of the bottle.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to be here for a minute.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can
salvage some of that.
Yeah.
I got most of it off that I could. I probably should have gone with something else. End of the paintbrush or something. I can't get it off my fingers because they're all sticky. No, it was really gross coming out of the bottle. Thank God it was clear. Because the only thing that could have made that worse was some color.
Oh.
Nice green. I was trying to get it off there, but I was just making it worse because it was sticking to mine.
Yeah. I feel you.
Thanks for wandering by and hearing me go, ew, and looking to see what happened. Ew, what do I need to look at?
I know. What did she do?
Well, at least I didn't sneeze all over the place, and, things happen sometimes.
Yeah.
That could have been bad. My index finger may never be the same.
Okay.
You're the best.
Yep.
Thanks. Well, the pokey tool is saved, but my fingers. Use some rubbing alcohol. Well, that's a good idea. Because it's on there pretty good right now. All right, let me figure out where I put it. It's a good question. I think it's over here. Well, there is good news in all of this. I don't think that's ever coming up. I think we're good. All right. Let me find that paper towel from earlier. I'm just going to rub my fingers all over that. Elle's got the pokey tool clean. But we'll give it a little rubbing alcohol bath, Well, that's a weird feeling. So don't do this in your home or on your own lives, should you choose to do one. Just saying. Just got a fairly big chunk of it put in the trash, so there's that. Ooh, we're getting closer. Whoever said rubbing alcohol, bless your heart. You are awesome. Well, you're all awesome. Thanks for taking this trip with me down Ew Lane. The things I do for this serial killer journal. I can tell you our serial killer would not do this. How did you spend your Friday night? Pouring rubbing alcohol all over my fingers? And you guys get to answer. Watching Amy pour rubbing alcohol all over her fingers. It melts itself. Oh my. I've almost got it. I've just got a little bit left around the edge of my fingernail here. On my index finger. I'm just going to plug up the hole with my fat finger and stick it in the rubbing alcohol. And then wipe it off on a paper towel. Thank God this is my private rubbing alcohol. Oh boy. I'm not running somebody else's. Okay. Well, that was exciting for today. Thank you, thank you. Look, I have hands, and they're mostly glue-free. Okie dokie. Well, that was interesting. Just cleaning up the glue tool a little bit more. Ta-da! Okay. Now, we'll not be using that bottle publicly again. Okay, hold on. There's always got to be a few extra little bits in. Okay, let me go up. I'm finger painting with the stanky glue. Yes, I was. Oh, that's actually a good idea after chemo. Sometimes it comes on so quick, yeah. I hate stuff. Yeah. I don't mind paint and stuff, but anything gloopy, ew. Oof. Okay, there's a person on TikTok that has an Etsy shop that makes pearl necklaces out of. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, I could live my whole life without knowing that. Sorry, but ew. Okay. I'm having trouble with the mouse doing what I want it to do. Tonsils. Okay. Okay. I will tell Alice that you all said hello. I will keep that in mind for the future, Brenda, because that was weird. The whole thing was weird. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Carla. You always shared the best stuff. That is so gross. All right, now I'm looking for a thin piece of something over here in my stash of substrates that I saved from other things. Come here, you. I feel like you're the right. Good Lord. Yeah, that'll be good. Oh, no, that's a. Oh. Is this big enough? Not quite. Okay. Hold, please. Oh, that's way too shiny on the back. No. No. Okay, that'll probably do because it's got like a textured back. We're going to use this wired magazine, the back of it. Okay. I'm going to move this for a minute. It seemed like such a good idea at the time. So let's cut the edge off that. Ermagerd. You're never boring. Nope, you're sure not. You can't stand a food on your hands. Yeah, everybody's a little different. I don't mind paint and stuff, but glue and really squishy, sticky things I don't like very much. I don't like to touch raw meat. It grosses me out. I'll wear gloves if I have to, but if I can get somebody else to do it, even better. Steaks and chicken's not so bad, but like ground meat products and some pork stuff. Some of it just feels really gross. So yeah, if I'm making meatballs or stuff like that, I have to put gloves on or try and sucker somebody else into doing the mixing part for the meatloaves and meatballs and all that. Usually I just wind up putting on gloves. Plus right now I can't find my manicure stuff. My nails are super long and it's driving me bonkers. From Nick's email. Return to sender mail. Ew. Ew, Brenda, that's so gross. Pearls. Probably accurate, though. It's not that it's icky or I could get sick or anything. I am washing my hands constantly. But it literally makes me feel like I want to barf. So I try to avoid it if I can. Let's have some more ink. Let's have some more glue issues tonight. That'll be fun. What did you do? I watched Amy glue herself to everything. She had to take a bath with alcohol wipes afterwards. I like to try and line it up as much as possible so that there's minimal trimming. Okay, I think this requires a new paper towel at this point. Good Lord. I think this one's dry enough. But yeah, but raw chicken can be very bad to handle just because of salmonella and stuff. It might be because when I was littler, I think my mom always had me mix that kind of stuff. If we were having it, I think I wound up mixing it. So I have an association of you from like childhood. Okay, let's see now if we can't just get this trimmed up nice and neat. Oh, well, so much for that. I should have waited for it to dry a little bit. That's okay. We're going to live with it that way. This side, I will try not to get any of the paper on. We'll trim it a little bit. There we go. Now we're just gonna wait for that to dry a minute and we'll ink those edges up and live with what's happened. Or we could wait for it to dry and trim it just a smidge more, which is probably what we will actually do. Trash. I think I just threw that on the floor. Yep, I sure did. I don't like slimy things. We have a feral cat and the slugs crawl in the bowls. Yeah, ew. Ewy, ewy. Yeah, you probably don't get many up there. When I lived in Maryland, we had big, fat, gross slugs. I was a kid then, too. I was raking leaves once and I was picking them up. And I didn't have gloves on. And a big, fat slug plopped out of the leaves. And I was like, ew! Scarred for life. I think I was 10. Because we'd lived on base before that. My dad was in the military. We'd never done any yard work. I didn't know that was a thing. Hey, Marty, how you doing? Okay, so as soon as she's dry enough, we'll get this trimmed up here where I screwed up. And then we'll glue her down. Yeah, I think I like it better with it glued to something just because that was such thin magazine paper. And then the other thing we did today, Marty, was we put this page on, and it still needs more, but we're working on things slowly is what we're doing. I'm a slow mover. So yeah, we glued our face transfer on after tinting it. And then now we're working on getting her glued down. By the time Christmas dinner is cooked, my hands are raw from yeah. You put your hair up, but that's probably a good idea. There you go. See? That's smart. And you look stylish. I used to melt them with a jack in the box salt packet. Oh, Carla, you were that kid? Yes, ma'am. She's dancing in my doorway. I don't know if I should be concerned, but it is quite. She's getting down. Get down. Get down. Staying alive. Staying alive. Getting a whole repertoire over here. What you got? Just felt like dancing in the doorway. Oh no, not the sprinkler! Don't do the sprinkler. No.
But that's your favorite.
I'm never gonna forget those white guys at that
Mosh pit.
It was Slayer and Korn and some really hard bands.
Sounds really normal.
And they were doing the sprinkler, and I was like, "Oh, white people, this is not your moment." Did you come in here for something, or just to get down with your funky self?
I was getting down with my funky self.
Oh, also, everybody said, "Else,
everybody!"
You did Carla and Janice and Sherry and Marty and Roseanne. And Christina's lurking in the background. And Brenda's here. Brenda A. It's a new Brenda.
Oh, hello, Brenda. I was getting down with my funky self in the hallways. I came back from the office.
From your office?
So, I figured I'd share with you.
Well, I enjoyed everything but the sprinkler. I had flashbacks. I thought they were going to get punched to death. I think they were college age guys, and a lot of the audience was a little bit older because Slipknot has kind of an older.
I think they were kind of fishing for it. Yeah.
They wanted to get punched in the face, I guess. So what do you think of my magazine transfers? Is it glue all the way over? What is it? Oh, it's a B12. I didn't take my B. Oh, you know what? I dumped one allergy pill on accident. It's the B12. I had to dump out the whole freaking bottle.
Oh my God.
Look at my magazine transfers, damn you. It's safe.
You're getting forceful.
Sorry.
Take your B12.
I've already had two. see if anybody has. Brenda, I despise slugs, but she could never bring herself. Carla salted slugs when she was a kid. Are you surprised? No.
Not at all.
And then we put one in here. They didn't work out as well as I wanted, but I think they came out okay.
I think they're cool.
We tried up faces and put them together. She's still getting down with her funky self. Is that just your... I don't even know the names of some of these. There she goes. The things I see, people. The things I see.
I wanted to make sure you had a good laugh today.
Why did I seem depressed?
No, but I want to,
Just gotta keep it out there.
Yeah.
I've used slugs for fish bait.
Yeah,
I bet they like that. When is your
Slugs?
sale? People want to know when your sale is. Because I'm guessing it's not today.
Yeah, it's about 8:15 as soon as you're done.
Oh.
Instead of doing late night lunatics, I'm doing my sale.
Oh,
It's
late.
Friday.
I know it's Friday,
It's a
but
lunatic sale.
you are a lunatic. Clearly, from the sprinkler you tried to do. And what was the other? There was another one they tried to do. There's the sprinkler and there's something else. They're like super white dances. I can't remember the name of the other dance, though.
The lawnmower?
Maybe. What does the lawnmower look like? I'm afraid to ask. Yeah, that was it. Oh, my God. At a Slipknot concert. I shit you not.
Oh, my God. You sure that wasn't Slit Throat concert?
Slipknot.
Could have been
With
Slit
the
Throat.
masks.
Could have been Slit Throat.
For them, yeah.
All right.
You haven't put your B12 under your tongue. Okay, let's move on from slugs. This was all brought on by the glue situation. That's all I'm saying. We wait just a couple more minutes. This will be dry enough to do something with. So yeah, I think over here opposite that face we just put in, I'm going to do a couple pictures here, at least one, maybe down here. Or like 3 small ones would be good, right? And then we'll write something over here. And this goes kind of with that. So we can assume that the faces we put together, maybe. If I can find a small... She's in a lot of ads. So if we can find something small of her. And I can't think of her name. But she's in a lot of stuff. I think I could find it later. I think I remember something she was in. The Dougie, no. Maybe. I don't know what the Dougie looks like either. A little bit, don't they? So we might hide an eyeball in here as well. We'll do some minor alterations to this, but I think these go together color-wise. And in flash flood season, that's actually a good place to put a body because it'll wash miles away and it'll be torn to shreds. Serial killers is less gross. Sorry, Marty. Friday is almost always serial killer. Maybe if that's not your jam, most of the rest of the week is pretty tame. But we do like to serial killer people in here. Fake serial killer. It's imagination. It's a thought experiment. I don't actually want to kill anybody most of the time. I'm afraid to try this. I'm going to start at the top. Nope. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll just let that sit. And let's start going through. I remember the thing I wanted to tell you last time. This is also a rub-off of that same kind with the gesso. This is the other part. It was with a book page that was really thick. So this is a labyrinth. And there's some other, it's from one of those sacred spaces kind of books. And the body will become fish food. Yes. You'd like to see? Okay. Yeah, it's a good way to. Okay, so this is also the same type of, and you can see where I had troubles. And it never did get quite, but the book page had so many layers and it was glossy on top. I didn't think it was going to work. I'm happy I got this clear. And the rest of it's kind of foggy, but it was, so there's a walking labyrinth. It's an aerial shot. And we'll let that dry and I'll cut it later. Later. Let's see. So we have this skull. Do you guys have any ideas or suggestions for this page? It needs something to soften this hard line here, but I don't know what. I'm struggling with this one. I might have to go to Pinterest and just look at ideas. Because I don't necessarily want to cover up the little partial moon up there. Yes. I used to work in when I worked in the Grand Canyon, I worked in their industrial laundry with the sheets and stuff. And there's this press for the sheets that you hook it up and it sucks it through and it goes through this whole big long complicated process. It gets pressed and folded and it comes out like this, and then you take them and you stack them. I used to imagine people that I didn't like going through that machine. Right? She's totally plotting a murder. Oh, stamp treat. That's a good idea. We'll have to look at that. That could be a thing. I'll have to ask Alice what she recommends to use for it. I like it. That one's not done. I have a lot of not quite done pages. So let's cut these out because we might add some of these to here today. Let's see about. Let's start with this side here. There's a couple of these that I'd like to put on the National Park serial killer page. Actually, we'll want to cut the letters off that. Do, 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 do. Then when the book's all done, we'll have to tell a little story about the whole thing. Oh boy. Not too bad. It's good. We probably weren't going to use that one for the serial killer anyway, because I like the other ones better. Okay. Little tiny pictures of stuff. Yeah, she just opened my door and started dancing in the doorway. And she was getting down. I can't say my life is boring at the very least. Okay. We're probably not using that one. And since neither of those locations have a beach, probably not using that one. But this tent one could be good. The beachy one we'll put in either a different killer thing, or we'll just move it over to summer. Summer, because it's coming quicker than I want to think about. And I don't think I need that one at all because it's ripped a little bit on the bottom, so most of the picture is screwed up. Okay. Try and get rid of some of our trash. So these two we're going to use. And these other ones are beachy pictures, so they're not really appropriate for this portion of the journal. Uh-oh. Okay. It is 7:15. Does everybody know where their brain is? Stop making that noise. Okay. So I'm going to go with the 10th one. Ooh, maybe we could put it right in here. If we trim it down just a tad bit more, it'll go right in there, right? Yes, it will. We'll trim it a little bit from the top there. Okay. Hooray! Now let's round some corners. We may not be able to get them rounded. Oh, it's going to do it. I was thinking sometimes the magazine pages won't properly corner round, but I was wrong. It worked. Except this one's not doing what I wanted to do. Okay. Close enough for government work. How about them apples? I like it. Okay. Okay. And we may put another little, we can find a teeny tiny little face picture and we might put it on there. Now this one could probably be more in the, I think it could go either way because it's kind of a building and then it's not clear whether that's a beach or I don't know why you would take a surfboard up to the mountains. So maybe we don't want to use this one. Unless we're going to pretend it's on the lake. Let's stick it in there for now and think about it. Let's just stick it in there. Oops. I bent it again. Carry the body on it? Maybe. Not by myself. I guess I would have to drag it. My oldest daughter had to do her senior pro-con on assisted suicide. Her school account got flagged for weeks, and SRL would call her to office and call me. They needed to call the teacher who assigned it. Good Lord. I haven't had nightmares about it yet, so I figured. Well, that's good. We don't want to give you nightmares. Something nefarious. Oh, boy. Yeah, I probably will when it's all said and done. To keep it from getting all mangled. Okay, so the other thing we have in here right now is I've got one of those rag rugs. I'm going to see if I could just glue that corner down with some regular glue. I don't even want to think about that Fabri-Tac. See if that helps. I have one of those rag rugs that everybody was disassembling a little while back, maybe 6 months or so, a year. I have it in my closet. I want to take some of the colored fibers and kind of put them here in kind of a cascade or possibly around her. So I did wind up putting the visions on here. That's one of the first things I did today. And fuck it in. Oh, tuck it in. It looked like an F from over here. I gotta lean way over to see the screen. Okay. So there's something else back here. We've got that, oh dear. Oh, here it is. We've got this that we need to put in. I'm thinking of just tiny attaching it. And then we could put the little tucky spot there so that it stays down too. But I think just stapling it here and here and here and here, maybe once over there. Or if we just do the four corners though, that allows us to slide something behind it if we want to. We could put song lyrics back there, or we could put a picture of somebody. Whatever works. Or Brad's, yeah. What's on the other side? Nothing yet. So yeah, we could definitely. Brad's is a thing. We could definitely do that. So then I need to plan some more prong activities. Let's see if this page is ready for. Nope, I still don't think I can trust it. All right. Well, let's look through some images and see if anything sparks us to want to do. We probably won't get anything else done today, but let's bring the bin over and take a spin through and see what kind of ideas we might come up with. Those are our leftover face pieces that we'll probably move over to the creepy glue book. I do like that picture, so we're going to use that at some point. There's a nice, I think I want to use that with the trees. I think a couple of eyeballs. There's another drowning victim. That will probably get used. Oh, we wanted to do our like kind of Twilight Zone. She's definitely going in. Okay, so we had I have an idea for that. All right. This was our orchard people. There were a couple other pictures. I wonder where they went. Not that. But I think we were planning on, because they had kind of that weird sepia tone. I don't see the other pictures. I wonder if I accidentally tucked them into another bin. I think I might have. Photo corners are fun. Yes. Yeah, we could definitely do photo corners. Better Homes and Gardens magazine. Yeah, I know. Now once you're in the know, you kind of see it everywhere. Ooh, that's a little creepy, right? I got tired of calling him nefarious. So if you knew the meaning of the word. I know what nefarious means. That's the reason it's part of my name. I was in a college class, an online college class way back. And I put it in a group essay, and somebody said it wasn't a real word. And I'm like, probably before you tell somebody they're using a made-up word, you should check the dictionary. You just look stupid. But there are a couple of the pictures. There's a picture of a family. I think I know right where it is too. So let's pick a page where we can, and we might cut this one into two. We might cut that off right there and take this side off. Just because it's awfully long for the book. But let's choose a page. Els is having her sale in a half an hour-ish. So let's see. A lot of the maybe we want closer. Let's Da, 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 da. Trees, I like that. Okay, that's already taken. I think all of these are taken up. And I think we reach a point back here where we come to some. Do we? Here we go. What about like that? I like this dark paper for these. We don't even have to cut that much if we want to kind of. Or we could cut it. Okay, let me do a little trim in here. I think it's coming together in my brain. In my tiny little pea brain. Let's take that guy off. And I don't know if we use that, but we'll keep it with this stuff. But I think like that leaves us room to put something down here. I can doctor a photo in a photo editor, probably to be sepia toned. I don't think I have anything. Oh, okay, Mari. Have a great evening. Thanks for spending a little time with us. Already got 5 or 6 home and garden magazines from the library free shelf on Monday. When I wake up in the middle of the night, I may comb through them for murder scenes. There you go. Yeah, I love the tone. And I know there's at least one other picture. It's a picture of a family in the orchard having a meal. So we're probably picking off family members and some of the workers who may have seen us burying bodies out here. So yeah, we may even, depending on how many photos we have, I think I know what folder they're in. So I'm going to put these right here, and we may use this whole little section for our little orchard murdered scene. Because I can always try and get more pictures, sepia tone pictures from the internet as well. I don't know that I have any. I'll look through the bin too. So that's definitely going to be a thing we do next time. And I'll see what I can do about getting us a victim and all the things we need, right? And I love it with this page, this dark page in the back. Yeah. Now that I put it in your brain, now you start eyeballing the people, the expression on their faces, their body language. Can that be construed as creepy? Welcome to my brain, people. And you know, we'll probably take some distress inks and grunge this up some. Both of these here. But I think it's just going to go as far as this sheet, this front side, and this back side here. I think we'll do these little pages as a whole little vignette for that. Yeah, or just the position of the eyes even. Some eyeballs seem creepier to me than others. When you start taking them out, some of them have kind of that knowing, I know something, I know your secrets kind of look, you know. See, we'll probably use this one with the hair somewhere because it's a little bit creepy. But so I start breaking pages down in my when I'm going through the magazines. That's a little bit creepy, and rip it right out, you know. And sometimes you can make things creepy, even when they aren't. Nina, how you doing? Yes, those ones. Wherever you look, there it is looking at you. Keeping my eye on you. And some of them have that sly look, you know. I know your secrets and I'm going to tell somebody. And that's why we murdered them. Because, you know how we are. So I have myself a little weekend project to sepia tone stuff. Because I don't know that I have any more, but now I'll be on the hunt. I've got some other magazines I can pull out and have a look at. Mark's like, yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy. It will raise the hairs on your neck for sure. Okay, so should we look at maybe it's not necessarily serial killer related. Let's see. What should we do? We got the not that one. Phooey. I don't know where I put it now. I've lost it. Hold the phone for a second. I'm gonna think about this. Because we've got about a half an hour. So where did that go? I thought I put it in a quote unquote safe place. Which never turns out to be a safe place. Nope. Well, I'll be darned. Well, I've lost the magazine I want us to look through. Phooey. Phooey, I say. All right, we'll just look through the bin and see what else we can find. That sepia stuff was a good start. So let's bring the big bin back and have a little look-see. You never know what else will come up. That's our eyeballs and lips. I think I'm going to put that down there for just out of the way for a minute. Okay. Now I do want to use her on the side of a page, so let's set her aside. Oh, there's another sepia toned. She's definitely a victim on one of those pages. Okay. We decided both of those are going in, and that's definitely going in. I don't think any of my old pictures are sepia toned. I think I have all black and whites. Yeah, they're all black and whites. Ooh, that could be an option. I love this creepy tree, but I think we're going to have to save it for the next one when we do a bigger book, because I don't want to lose any of that. Maybe that's how we're choosing our graves. When you lay down on the ground and you look up, it says, is it pleasing? You're meh, but okay. Oh, well, hopefully we raised your spirits just a little bit. How come it never raises eyebrow hairs? Probably not as sensitive an area of your body. It could. Now, I did take these out of that haunted book. We've looked at them before. I think that might be good for the serial killer book. I have kind of an idea brewing in my head. And I can't decide if I love that for the serial killer book or for the creepy journal, just for the creepy glue book. Oh, that might work. That might work. No shortage of matte pieces. I do want to use this envelope, not necessarily the letter though, because I think the letter's about, it's the guy telling people what size he wears for clothes. Let me see. From Howard Minkle, Richmond, Illinois, Sunday. Dear Mom, thanks so much for the check. He bought 2 pairs of overalls and a fancy shirt. And he's going to buy a pair of fleece-lined boots. Maybe a jacket. And then he wants her to make him a sweater. He doesn't ask them anything about it. And he's given his measurements. He would prefer a bright blue or bright red. Thin. He says he can't promise anything about California, but he hopes to get there in about a year and a half. We went to Bill's Christmas and had a nice dinner. I really can't think of much to say. And the guy's name is Bud. Hold on. Let's get that back in there. Let's see. Oh, could be, Brenda, could be. Picturing hair sticking straight out. Oh, well, have you seen old man's eyebrows, Nina? They kind of do. They take on a life of their own. I feel like they're trying to talk to me. Maybe he's looking for slugs. Oh, my God. Yeah, if they think that its body's going to be discovered or they might move it to an easier location to get to. A lot of killers like to revisit the burial site. But is a good non-specific name. He's poking through the little seedlings coming up, deciding which ones leave. It says rooted not. See, you saw what you wanted to see. So we'll put that for the serial killer journal. Oh, she might almost work for the sepia tone page if we put a little ink on her. More eyeballs and lips. Let's see. Murdered, question mark. These are for our stalker pages that we need to do. And then I've got some negatives that I think we should use. Here's one for you, Carla. Keep talking. I'm planning your murder right now. There's one that says evidence. If I pull some stuff now, then I can spend part of the weekend looking for what we want to. I do think I want to use that. What we want to pick some pins to kind of base the thing off of. I like her face a lot. And it got something on there. We might take that. See, I like that one too. Oh, I did have an idea for this. Idea, funny. That was for, these were for big eyes or possibly for the faces. when we were doing the facey thing. I think we wanted to pretend that some of these were burial sites. Okay. This way, if I have some things to look at, then might have an easier time. Another possible murder victim. That may be for book 2, though. I think we wanted to murder this guy and steal his Airstream trailer. I have Airstream trailer dreams. 6 secrets. So we might want to use some of that for a page in there. Tear it down a little bit smaller. I think we've got a pretty good pile of stuff. I'm just looking through. Yeah, I'd like to make the next one a little bit bigger so I can do some bigger scope things. Okay, I think that's good for now. I want to go back for the stalker pictures for some of those full body shots. I'm going to go in reverse. I'm sorry. In reverse. Where the kind of page where we're surreptitiously watching people and taking pictures, you know, people watching kind of stuff. Where people, you know, someone might be saying, "Hey, take my picture," to a friend, and we take a picture too because we're creepy and weird. Okay, here it is here. So some of these things. Got a nice little pile there. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, for some of the people who have joined recently, the Serial Killer Journal Project is going to be an ongoing thing. A series of volumes from the same killer or possibly several different killers. We have some idea on kind of a backstory for how to work that out. I don't want to bend the pages if I don't. I can avoid it. Make them all curled up and weird. Get back up there. Okay. So we did pull out quite a bit of stuff. And then I think I will sort through the bin and put some stuff aside in an envelope for the next journal. Because I think with this pile of stuff, perception and state of mind. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl out. Fun campfire song. I need a larger bin. Well, I'm going to pull some of that out now because we have still, where'd the journal go? See, we're starting to fill up sections of the book. This still needs work for sure. This needs a little bit more stuff. We need more pictures for you know, presumably. This can be part of our stalker page for the things we took out for that. This needs work. We already decided what we're doing here. We just have to find the right stuff. I'm not sure here what we're doing there. That's done. This needs a few additions. This is done here, I think. I'm pretty sure. Except for maybe we'll write something here. I don't know. Now that's like that, but I think we're going to add in a souvenir of some sort. Maybe we'll put a matchbook here. You know? With her arms behind her back, we could even imagine that she's cuffed or tied and being forced to take that picture, even though there's a car in the background, you know. Well, we might cover that up with something. The matchbook, presumably. we were going to get, this was going to be our, we're going to get a picture of the proper part of London out of an atlas to do a little bit of Jack the Ripper stuff right there. This one still needs a little work. So, 1, 2, things that don't already have plans in progress. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've already got plans for this. I think that might just be left as is with some words on it or some scrawling. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then this is not, yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That needs work. And that's planned. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then, you know, so this will probably go with that. And prongs. But this will cover up a good amount of what's in here. And we want to leave room. So I may sort out some of the things that I'm ambiguous on where it's going. Whether it's going in a bigger book or in a glue book. Yeah, we like a Vogue and Bazaar usually has good stuff. We had a couple of those. W has been good to us. Those magazines that I can't remember the name of them, but I'd never seen them before, and I got in like 3 or 4 of them. I keep looking for more of those. Looks like they already died to start. I'm trying to look mostly for people that look kind of normal. But Bazaar has also been good to us. W magazine, we got some good stuff out of W. So yeah. That goes with their sepia tone people. I think it's now I'm not gonna be able to find them because I want to. I feel like it was back here. Here they are. I need to lay them so they're face up. There's another one for that. Okay. See, like she looks like a normal person, just a street photo. It's everyday fashion and style. It was some kind of New York magazine that focused on fashion. We'll put the letter in there. I think she might look good in there. I have an idea with this and the tree. I totally have an idea for this. I just have to sit down and concentrate on it. These are more of our serial killer things. These are from that magazine where it is shots of regular people off the street, you know. Same with this. That's regular people and things. I think we're murdering that guy for his Airstream. I really like this location. And I dig people in hats for some reason. So that's what we've got, you know. I'm going to put it in something, at least the small pieces. Right? They're all grinning. Or, you know, if you wanted to do a sociopath journal, a lot of business people have sociopathic tendencies. Yeah, that's a lot of those are winding up backed. You have to be careful cutting them out. But it does have super, super thin paper. But I've had some good luck with some images from there. So I wouldn't shy away from getting them again. But I think the one we've had the very most luck with is Bizarre, with Vogue running a second, and occasionally Cosmopolitan comes through with something. So I just keep looking out for different magazines I've never seen before to see what kind of content we can get out of those. But it's been fun so far. So let's pick out our totally smaller pictures. Let's fold that in half. Let's figure out how we're going to do some of this stuff. Smaller pictures. I didn't mean to take out the word murdered, but since it's out. Smaller. Smaller. She reminds me a little bit of Mia Farrow. Oh, just a tiny bit. It could be the haircut, but in the shape of the face a little bit too. Okay, we can make this one easier to manage by folding it in half right here. And this one, I mostly want the eyeball on this one. That way it's easier to keep track of. They can be stored sort of in a stack. So there we go. Slide those in the front cover. Yeah. No, that's not who that picture is of. That's of a regular person. That's out of that hairstyling book. But she does remind me a little bit of Mia Farrow. Yeah. We talked about the harpies before. It does. It looks a lot like her. We could save it out and save it for the horror and pass her off as Mia Farrow. Did you know they did a remake of that? I still haven't watched it. Hold on. I gotta stand up to get it. I bought the DVD. It was super cheap. With Zoe Saldana. It was a TV miniseries, and I still haven't gotten around to watching it. People, of course, horked kittens because they put not a white lady in the role. Like it really matters. Look at those shoes, though. Good Lord. I want to see what they did with it, and I should probably keep this out. I put it up on the shelf, and then I promptly forget about it. So we may pull out that picture and save that for a glue book cover dedicated to Rosemary's Baby, including that lady because she looks a lot like her. Rosemary's Baby was a boy, and there were 2 books, and I don't really remember what happened in the second book other than I was very disappointed by it. Did they do a Rosemary's Baby 2? Did they actually do a second movie? I can't remember. But I know Ira Levine wrote 2 books. There was a sequel. They might still be doing that, Marty. This is from a while back. When was this from? 2014. Approximately 170 minutes. So a little over 2 hours. But I keep forgetting it's up there. So they could still be. I haven't heard anything about it, but I rarely hear those sorts of things. I used to try and keep up with the things they were doing for horror, and I've just really let things slip, by the wayside. I think this is probably dry enough to trim now. So we could trim that, and then I could glue it in a little bit later. There we go. Yeah, now it's dry enough. Very nice. And I think we might have to trim it down just a little bit on this side too, so that she's still mostly centered in the photo. Otherwise, it's weird. A little bit more, I think. And that leaves us some room to add some other kind of souvenir if we want to, in addition to the possible matchbook. Okay. So let's get out the ink and ink the edges here. Woo! But yeah, so there, so now we can see more of the orange. And I think to cover the car, we might put a little matchbook here and then something else, you know. Oops. Oh, shoot. Threw my scissors right off the... No running away, scissors. They were doing... Well, everything's a remake or a requel or a sequel or a reboot. Most original content now isn't coming out of the United States. It's coming from other places. Horror, good horror now is coming out of not the United States. Almost everywhere else is doing pretty good horror. I try to get it dubbed because I really hate subtitles. Rosemary's Granddaughter's Baby meets Son of Dracula. Son of Rosemary. And they came out in the 80s. Yeah. Thanks, Carla. I couldn't remember, but I remember the baby was a boy. So it would have, she would have had to have a second kid after that then. Because it can't be Rosemary's granddaughter. Well, it could be her granddaughter if the son had a daughter. Yeah, that could work because the kid was definitely supposed to be the son of the devil. Young Love, lol. You never read it? I did. I love to read. I was disappointed by the second book. The first one was okay. But I love the movie. So, you know that because I read the book after. I gotta quit leaving that open. I read the book after I saw the movie, and I think Mia Farrow slayed in it. You know, she really, for its time, it was very well done. They made it creepy, and ooh, they didn't have to overdo the special effects. See, today it would be just so special effect out, you know. They were very subtle with it. And I really enjoyed that about the movie. Sorry, something fell out of my closet. Can't keep my secrets in there. They just keep falling out. So I thought it was well done with minimal special effects. They did good with the atmosphere and yeah. Nina. And I know not everybody's a fan of horror movies. Some people, they can't watch them at all. I do like that with the orange in the background. I'm really liking that. They give you nightmares? Well, we don't want you to do that. Hopefully our serial killer's not giving you nightmares. This is all fiction, though. You saw where most of these images came from, so you know. This is all a construction. You can't when the hub is gone. I will tell you what, if you are alone in a house and you put on a horror movie, you will not feel alone anymore. Ah, you're Googling stuff. Good, Carla. So they did make a movie sequel as well. I remember a scene with a bus, and he was like a teenager, I think, like late teens. I do believe. You will suddenly feel not alone, and you will want to turn on every light in your house. I didn't want to go to the bathroom or take a bath after I watched Jaws when I was 10 or 12. I knew it was completely not going to happen, but I was terrified Jaws was coming out of that water. And to have the lights on. But I have watched a few movies where after I watched them, I was like, well, I'll be sleeping with the lights on. And I need some stand-up comedy. That's my go-to. If I've really watched a horror movie and it's kind of spooked me, I will watch something funny, silly, like a rom-com or a comedy, or I will watch stand-up comedy to laugh my way out of it. It does help. Oh my gosh, yes. You know what I just recently watched was the remake of The Thing? And I remember the original scared the bejesus out of me, again around 10 or 12. I'm going to do some more thick glue right here. When the body split apart and the head came off and ran off, the head running off was so disturbing to me at that age. Oh, it's 8 o'clock, guys. Yeah. So I'll close with, I tried to watch Megan last night because it says it's available for free on the TV, but it's available on Paramount Plus, which apparently we don't have on the TV out there. So yes, it ran off like a spider. It just did me in. So it had Patty Duke in it. Was a blow to yeah. So hopefully I'll get to see it sometime soon. I was really bummed about the Paramount Plus thing, but it'll come to something else eventually. So it is time for Elsa's sale. So I'm going to bid you all a good night. I'm going to continue holding this picture down until it sticks. I'm getting my way, dang it. So however you guys are spending your days and nights, I hope it brings you great joy and happiness. Each and every one of you absolutely deserves it. Thank you for coming in and spending a little serial killer time with me and playing along with my shenanigans. Until I see you in one of my lives or in a box somewhere, you know I always wish you the happiest of crafting. Have a spectacular Easter weekend, whatever you are doing. A friend went to babysit on a dead-end road to watch birds. Nina. Or Marty. Probably scared the bejesus out of her. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. Let me grab a link to Els in case you guys would like it. Live. No. YouTube. Duh. Hold the phone. I'm a-coming. It's Bima over at Bima's Crafty Corner. She's having a sale. She's got not very many items. It shouldn't be a long sale, but she's got some really interesting stuff this time out. If I can get the page to come up. Come on. Do your thing. Okay, the page is up. I just need to find her page. Come on. There we go. There's her page. Okay. Let me throw this link in there. Yeah, it is going to be a small sale, but she has got some super interesting item, guys. if you want to check it out, there's the link over to her channel. So that's it. Bright blessings and hugs and hisses to you all. Bye, 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 bye. The end. Good night and have a great weekend, ladies. Love you all.